violence for our topic.
We chose domestic violence because we don't believe that anyone deserves to be beat. We don't feel like domestic violence is addressed enough in the world.
Phase 1 of CAP. Do the research. We used Chavez pilot tablet program to survey the girls first to get a baseline of their understanding of what domestic violence is. The girls later used the tablets to research social media, surveys, articles, op-eds, and local resources on domestic violence to create a survey to poll the people. Next, the girls surveyed their Chavez community. Now it was time to hit the metro and go into the community to get data.
Capstone put us on the metro a lot.
I hate the metro.
Being on the metro is not that bad.
Survey time. The girls surveyed a variety of people from several different demographics.
Did you know that young women between the ages of 16 through 24 experience the highest rates of abuse?
I sort of figured that.
Do you know the signs of domestic violence?
Somewhat, yeah.
What percentages of young women are killed each year by husband or boyfriend? What's the percentage?
Oh, the percentage? I'm going to say 35.
From our surveys, we learned that a lot of people were miseducated about domestic violence, not just our girls. When back at school, we watched the movie Reviving Ophelia to educate the girls that domestic violence isn't just an adult issue. Here's what some of the girls had to say after the movie.
I'm most likely to fight that. So it wouldn't have been no abuse, it just would have been fighting.
Okay, so before we actually saw physical abuse, we saw warning signs that there was abuse. Like, what were some of those warning signs?
Like he was putting her down, and he was being so nice to her.
He was what?
He was tracking her.
What do you mean by tracking?
Yeah, the GPS.
On the GPS.
So he was being controlling.
He was calling her every hour. What up?
Yes. He kept texting her. He kept looking through her window. That's crazy.
No, he was a stalker. That's what it was.
Man, he a creep.
Okay, so do you think if your boyfriend's like, I want to know where you are at all times, do you think that's okay?
No, he's not.
What if I'm using the bathroom?
Like in a relationship, you need space. Everybody can't be on
how much you do it. Like if you going out with your friends, maybe you want you to know. But like if you just like
going
out
out
the house or something, and he like,
No, if
you
he
better
been
text me
honest,
on the bill. You like, no, right now.
If he calls and asks him, boy, it ain't no business.
He said, I'm sorry.
If it were you in the situation, what would you have done differently?
I would tell him leave me alone.
I
Give me
would
some space.
space.
Honestly, like I said, you're not in the position.
You would have blocked him?
You would have hit the boot, backspace, delete.
To learn more about this topic, we visited Break the Cycle, a nonprofit organization that advocates and educates youth about domestic violence. There, we learned a lot.
1 in 3 change victims of domestic violence.
Lunchtime.
The good thing about Capstone, you don't gotta eat your school nasty lunch. I'm loving it. Chipotle, eat fresh.
Time for another field trip. This one required a bit of walking.
We did a lot of walking.
A lot.
We visited an organization called Dash and went to a safe house in a secret location. There, we learned ways to escape your abuser.
And so we work really hard to bring in volunteers from the community who have those specialties and provide those services. Additionally, if residents want to access this room to meditate, to just have some quiet time, then they're able to do so.
It was an amazing experience. Now, after a week of Capstone, tensions became a little bit high. Sometimes the girls were upset with each other.
Man, this Capstone blowing me. You getting on my nerves.
I don't care.
Man,
Don't nobody care about
you get out my face.
You're
get out
in
my
my
face.
space, dog.
You just got my book. Bye.
Sometimes they were upset with their teachers.
I can't stand Miss Murphy and Miss Miller, man. They be doing too much.
Yeah,
Like Miss Miller always wanna be all stuck up and stuff. Like we can't do nothing.
Like her coffee is everything.
Yes, and then when we touch her coffee, she be ready to go off.
Yeah, don't touch my coffee.
And then let me Miss Murphy talk about some. I don't talk over children.
It's real.
It's real. And that's real. Step outside.
This tension started to take its toll on the teachers, too.
Jayla, come here. I gave you the article and told you to start reading. Why are you talking to Shayla?
Because I'm doing my work and talking at the same time.
But I didn't say you can do both. I said read the
I don't
article
care.
and start
I was
working.
talking anyway.
Jayla, for
Miss
real.
Miller,
it's
for
been
real,
a long week.
it's
Like,
been a long
need you
week.
to
I
stop.
know.
All right, fine. I'm gonna call your mother because your attitude is out of pocket.
I'm gonna call your mother because your attitude is out of pocket.
2 weeks of Capstone, 15 girls, plus Miss Murphy and I. Yeah, I'm very much over it. I need my coffee.
2 weeks of Capstone with Jayla Watts and Daisha Robinson. Yeah, the attitudes, over it. I need to go paint.
These moments of frustration never lasted too long.
Even with all the craziness, I love our girls.
Man, I love my students. All of them.
I love Miss Murphy and Miss Miller. They real cool over there.
Yeah, I want to have them next year because
They
they
real.
I enjoy the activities they
Yeah,
gave
they be
us.
serious, then they be playful at the same time.
They be serious about the work. And then I think that our Capstone project came along real well with it.
Time for art. The girls created peace sign paintings to donate to a women's shelter called Rachel's Place in D.C. 90% of the women there have been victims of domestic violence.
I made this painting because I wanted the people at Rachel's Place to know that there's always peace and light on the other side of the dark tunnel.
I made this peace sign to let the people in the women's shelter know that love doesn't hurt and you can always forgive somebody, but you can't forget.
Action.
I made this peace sign because I want them to feel that love is not always painless and that it can always change you.
Miracle.
I made this painting for the people at Rachel Center because I wanted them to make them feel better and show them that they are loved and strong and can make it through and they are brave.
The girls then presented their paintings to the women in the shelter.
On mine, I put inspirational quotes and stuff, and one of them says, "When life gives you 100 reasons to cry, show life 1,000 reasons to smile."
And on my poster, I put believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. And I put stop the violence between women.
And how we understand. We don't know what you're going through, but we understand how you feel. And we hope the best for you.
It was a powerful experience.
Love doesn't hurt.
One thing that I like about Rachel's Center is that they accept them and make them feel at home and make them feel special.
T-shirt time. Now, you know, if a bunch of girls, we had to incorporate some type of fashion. The girls designed collaboratively T-shirts to show their support for domestic violence victims and the fact that they are now advocates.
I drew the designs on our shirt with the help of my CPA. The Love Doesn't Hurt basically represents the fact that people who are getting out of domestic violence relationship, it shouldn't hurt. Love still shouldn't hurt. You should always forgive, but you will never forget it. The caution tape means be cautious because the person has been hurt before and they feel as though they might be hurt again. And the stitches are for a heart that's being put back together.
We are now all advocates.
Well, Capstone's come to an end. Let's hear some reflections.
One thing I liked about Capstone was that even though everybody didn't get along all the time, we still managed to get all our work done. And one thing I learned was that domestic violence is not just between straight people. It's between gay people, transgender, and bisexual.
one thing I learned about Capstone is when you go to a safe house, they cannot reveal their addresses. And one thing I like about Capstone is the field trips.
What I liked about Capstone was going outside, and I had to sit in school all day, and I like eating, and I learned that domestic violence is not always the man being abused.
One thing I like about Capstone is getting to know my Capstone peers. I've come to actually like half of them.
I learned a lot about domestic violence and the causes and stuff like that. But I really like meeting the women and going to like Rachel's Place Dash and everything like that.
I think that there's a lot of people in the world that doesn't know about domestic violence, but there are a few people that know about it and want to help and try to make a change, and I think that we should help make that change.